Right, here we are, it's week 1. And the way I'm going to do this, I think, is I'm going to work my way through these workshop questions as if I were trying them for the first time myself. That's not too far from the truth. And then I'm going to cut up each video and put them by the corresponding question. So you should, if I don't waffle too much, have a 5 or 10 minute video for each of these questions. I don't think I'm going to give you video walkthroughs for everything. I want you to have a go yourself, but for the first, certainly for this workshop and maybe the next one, I'm going to give you most of it in order for you to learn how to do things. That said, I strongly recommend you have a go on your own before watching this video. I think that would be a really great way to figure out how to do things yourself. You can use whatever you want. Google. We're okay with you using things like ChatGPT to ask questions to. In fact, we encourage that. As long as you're not using it to generate all of your code, and that you understand the code that you've written, that's all that matters. Okay, right, so let's get started. I am going to, first of all, I'm going to open Visual Studio Code. And now I'm using Ubuntu. I'm at home, I'm in my garage. I don't have my Windows machine to hand, so it's going to look a bit different, but that's okay. So you should be able to open up Visual Studio once you've installed it, and it should look a bit like this. Okay, so I'm going to create a new folder. Actually, I'm going to create a new file first, and it's going to be a Python file. And I'm going to file and then save as. And I'm going to save this as, where am I going? I'm going to save this as, I'm going to create a folder called week 1. And I'm going to save this as question1.py. There we go, ready to go. Also, I want to actually open up the folder on Visual Studio. That's always quite useful. I can flip back and forth between the files I'm creating then. So I'll click open. There we go. That's better. Now I can click on that and I'm ready to go. Right, so let's just remind ourselves what the question is. Hello, Python. Okay, so this one is going to ask the user for the name and print a personalized welcome on one line. So how would I do that in Python? Well, okay, I would do this. How do I zoom in here? I'm just going to pause the video and see if I can make this font size slightly bigger. Okay, that's a bit better, I think. Right, so I want my script to ask me as the user to input something. So first of all, I'm going to create a variable called name, and I'm going to use an input command. And you can see I've got my autocomplete on here because I don't know how to turn it off. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, let's turn that off. But that's better, isn't it? Okay, so I'm still getting stuff that pops up, but it's telling me to use a quotation. Please, oops, enter your name. Colon, space, and then I'm going to start a new line, and then I'm going to print the following. Hello, space, comma, name, and then I'll be a bit flippant here. I'll put space, new string, comma, how are you today? Okay, now in 2 lines, if I run these, I should, let's see what happens. There we go, at the bottom there. Can I zoom in on that? How do I make this a bit bigger? Let's figure out how to make this a bit bigger. File, preferences, settings, fonts, terminal, that as 24 as well. Oh no, it didn't work, did it? Okay, we'll do that. But I want to make the font size better. There it is, 24. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Let's go back to my file and let me input my name. Robert. And there we go. It's printed out. Hello, Robert. How are you today? Have a go. Let's move on to the next question.